A snap presidential election is well on the way in South Korea after the Constitutional Court's final decision to impeach ex-President Yoon Suk-yeol just last month. Now, candidates have started their campaigns all over the country, while overseas voting has already begun ahead of June 3rd. However, the country's voters still remain polarized in deciding their next president.
Three candidates, Kim Moon-soo of the People Power Party, Lee Jae-myung of the main opposition Democratic Party, and Lee Jun-suk, a 40-year-old candidate of the minor conservative New Reform Party, are in contention among a total of 6 runners, with a tight race between the top 2 candidates, Lee Jae-myung and Kim Moon-soo, seen in the polls. Now, with the snap election just around the corner, See Today interviewed young adults in Korea, including millennials and Gen Zs, for their opinion on the upcoming election.
I think that the snap election is most definitely justified and that President Yoon should have been impeached as he was. Declaring martial law in the middle of the night and sending troops to Congress was rash, and every precedent in Korean history is grounds for the people to be frightened and threatened by such action.
How do you feel about the actual election? Are you excited about it?
I'm not necessarily looking forward to it, though it is such an important one. President Yoon left the presidency and the country in a very tenuous state. The economy is stagnant, business owners are suffering, and there's also a tariff policy that our economy has to bear through. Walking into a voting booth in bad times always feels more like a duty than it is a choice of free will. What I mean by that is it's not that there's a candidate that I support ideologically, but there is a candidate that I feel I have to vote for, and also a candidate that I feel is not fit for presidency at all. For example, there are 7 criminal cases against Lee Jae-myung candidate, and in one of which he was accused of secretly sending resources to the enemy of the state. And Lee Jae-myung candidate also makes promises to people like launching a national AI service and basic income without specifying how he's going to execute. And I think that a candidate who makes risky diplomatic decisions internationally, but only aims to make band-aid solutions domestically, is not fit for presidency when the economy and democracy as a whole is at stake in Korea.
Any candidate you personally lean towards for this election?
I have one that I think I'm never gonna vote for him.
Right.
Other than that, I think I will pretty much have a deep consideration until the last one, until the moment I just entered that ring. So,
And who would this person who would never vote for?
for the red guys, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like all the other political differences, that's not a matter of right or wrong. But that attempt, like the December 3rd, that is the one that definitely tries to subvert the democratic regime in this country. So that is I'm a very open person. I can hear any political argument and I'm open to it. But those martial law, that is not about a political argument. That is trying to subvert the environment that enables these political arguments we have so far, and making this country like a north and south, very authoritarian country like that.
I think I would still probably vote for Lee Jae-myung if I had the chance, but that's not because I think the criminal cases are fabricated. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I personally don't think it's made up. But the reason why I would still vote for him is because I think his policy goals more closely align with mine. I think based on what I know about him, I'm more likely to support him, but I remember, actually I wrote an article about this for my school newspaper a while back when he was running against Yoon Suk-yeol. I saw that he had a lot of corruption or different criminal proceedings happening, and there were 3 people investigating him, and I think a lot of them died, something like that. And I thought that was pretty suspicious. I mean, I assume that almost every politician has some level of corruption, to be honest. But the fact that there were people investigating him that died, I thought that was pretty not good. And I also heard that there are no women nominated, I think. Yeah. So I think that also, at least for me, seems to show that something has changed, and for me personally, that's not like a good thing.
South Korean voters are torn between the candidates as they make up their minds on who will lead the country for the next 5 years. Now the race to South Korea's top office is on until official voting ends at 8 p.m. on June 3rd. Reporting from South Korea, Siang Kim for C Today.